majors. Majors sold off a bit more, and then altcoins, showed strength and obviously bounced before majors did. Interestingly enough, Sol is still green today. I wanted to highlight that as well because a lot of these altcoins are kind of pulling back from their pumps yesterday, but Sol and I think Sol Beta still. Maybe because it was so beat down before other altcoins, or maybe it's a sign of our next trend, as Sol often tends to do. But Sol coins have been a bit stronger on this bounce than pretty much the entirety of the market. But things that we are observing in the altcoin market, of course, and things that we are observing in Bitcoin and ETH. And at the end of the day, altcoins can bounce from demand, but they're always going to be dependent on what Bitcoin and ETH do on a higher time frame. So as we sit at range lows on Bitcoin, it's a very big level. We're going to highlight that once again. We're probably going to highlight it multiple times on this show, just as it is a big level for ETH. So if you are a bull, this is where you step up. But of course, over in equity markets, kind of a nonchalant day. I would say there are still some small caps that have been catching a bit of a bid. This is something that we've been talking about really for weeks and months now, even at this point, where some of these small cap stocks and assets finally beginning to see some of that residual capital flow over. Maybe it's from an NVIDIA blow off top. Maybe it's just from the S&P and the NASDAQ, or maybe it's sideline capital. It doesn't matter, but you are seeing some small caps like Hood and Rivian begin to catch more substantial bids here, at least over the course of the last week or so. As you know, and I'm sure we'll talk about the IWM on this show as well. But another thing I definitely want to talk about on this stream is probably NVIDIA, because it is in parabola. It's 100% parabola. You don't call tops on parabola, but it is important to respect the space-time continuum, right? When something goes up for so long at such a vertical pace, what does that mean? Does it continue to go up? It's kind of like at that point where it can only go up vertically or the parabola is going to break. So I definitely want to talk about this stock as well today, guys. But I hope everybody's had a great start to their Wednesday. I'm excited to talk markets today. I think markets as a whole are still in some really critical spots, especially crypto markets, Bitcoin and ETH, and obviously altcoins as well. But I'm going to open the floor up. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking, how you guys are digesting the moves that we've seen already this week, and anything else that might be on your mind.
I'm already seeing Max is about to show some alpha from the Discord. I hope he...
Dude, I can't believe this NVIDIA chart. Like, I'm coping, man. Why haven't I been full port NVIDIA? Why am I even trying to trade crypto at this point? I don't what are we doing here, guys? Like, this should...
We are in the wrong asset class.
Dude, we should rebrand the company from Because Bitcoin to Because NVIDIA. Like, I thought we were being smart. Like, yeah, we're going to have the best gains. It's the youngest asset class. It's the most promising. Apparently, I was wrong. Apparently, Bitcoin... perils to NVIDIA. This chart is unbelievable. You have to love this. It looks so clean. I'm just in awe. That's all. It's really impressive. Really amazing.
Yeah. And the best part is that Bitcoin is going to follow that up.
Well, Jackus, so okay, before we got on the show, before you and Tommy started, yeah. Can you hear me?
No. I hear you.
Oh, okay.
No, I hear you. I just am afraid you will be like, Jackus, so can you show us that?
I was going to do exactly that, because I was going to say before we got onto the show, you and Tommy were yapping about soccer, okay, which is a fake sport. We all know it's a fake sport. And I was going to ask you before you guys started talking about soccer, I wanted you to show that NVIDIA Bitcoin and NVIDIA crypto, like the time-based comparison that you showed in the Discord, because that is an unreal comparison. Like, we've definitely on the show before, we've talked about like the ETH NVIDIA pair and Bitcoin NVIDIA pair, but to actually put them, like stack them on top of each other and understand the timing of how it typically plays out cycle by cycle, it's a really interesting perspective. So I don't know if you have any requirements for likes, but I really want for my own sake, I would love for you to show. I want you to show that chart because that's an observation that I haven't done before, and it's really cool. So
So I have few things to that. First of all, you can read the comments about soccer and football.
soccer is not a fake sport, dude. It's a fake sport. Everyone knows that. Like, what?
You're gonna get some.
No worries, guys.
Ball kickers in shambles right now. That's right. That's what happens.
I always love the obviously, guys. Max was just trolling you because it's always fun. I know he's going to say he has not, but we know he was. But it's always fun having this conversation. Like it's just so fun. It never ends. The fun never ends when talking about soccer and Hendrik.
I'm just messing with you guys. Soccer is definitely a real sport. It's just funny because here in the US, nobody really cares about soccer. Everybody
It's
just
not true anymore. It's not true. Like it's going to be stats fair. It's growing up in the ranks a lot.
It is.
But
It's getting much bigger. It is, but it's still nothing compared to like football and our football. Like,
Look,
quarterback
I don't
football.
know a single person in real life. And when I say in real life, I mean around me
Here it comes.
that watches soccer.
Oh wow!
Because
Wow,
you live in a
man. You don't
dumpster.
consider me a
Well.
friend?
That's because
I said
Will
in real
is
life,
in a
Tommy.
dumpsters.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, yeah, it may be because I'm hanging out too much behind McDonald's and Wendy's in the dumpsters, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Like I like making money more than I like watching sports. I will say that.
Why
No,
not?
think-
no worries, guys. Tomasz said it. The American mind.
I don't hate soccer. I just want to be clear. I don't dislike
He
soccer.
only hates people that trade with OI. He doesn't hate
I
guys
just
that like
I hate people that use
That's
OI
true.
as their only way to trade. That's all. Don't hate the player. Hate the 40 IQ.
Okay, let's get back on
The
track
funny-
here. Jackus, how many likes for you to show the NVIDIA Bitcoin comparison? Because I need to see that today.
Just-
like, that's
Again,
incredible.
Max, I said few things. I started the first, and just to finish what Will said. So it's kind of true that, well, I do not live in US, but from what I hear is that many people do not care yet about football there. And I mean, the real football. But around
Soccer?
the world, nobody cares about Hendrik. Nobody. It's like stupid sport. Everybody thinks like, why would people watch American football if they can watch rugby? But it's
Whoa,
think-
whoa.
Okay,
We
shots
can
fired.
respect both sports. We can respect both sports. I love both sports, but I won't let you call hand egg rugby. Oh.
No, people. No, this is like legit people around everywhere. When you ask them, like, why would I watch American football if I can watch rugby, which is more like there is way more aggression in rugby and way more contacts and so forth. That's what people think around the world. But I think that, like, again, realistically speaking, I think that both sports offer something different and are enjoyable for different crowd, or both crowds actually. But
I mean, those are my two
just-
favorite sports, to be honest with you guys. Like American football
it's
and
just-
European football, they're the best.
I was just trying to put like a balance in what Will was saying, that around him nobody watches soccer. So this is what people around here think of American football, mostly. But what people mostly think doesn't always have to be correct. We know that. Just to add things up. But I suppose that all of that comes I suppose all of that comes from the fact that you guys call football soccer. I think if you did not do that, like, nobody would care about American football. Nobody would care, and they would just like be okay with it. Like, you guys watch whatever you want, and this is football. But
Jack,
whatever. Let's end
Jack,
this discussion
do
and
you know
move
who
forward.
Ray Lewis is?
What?
You don't know who Ray Lewis is?
No.
Okay, hang on. This will change everything for you. Okay, this is going to change everything for you. The European mind can't understand Ray Lewis,
The
so
European
I'm
mind.
I'm going to
It's
help
just
you.
shaped differently. That's all.
Yeah,
just
I'm going to
shaped
help you
differently.
understand Ray Lewis real quick. Okay, this is Ray Lewis. Okay.
I only know Jason Brady who gets scammed by FTX.
You say Jason Brady? Tom Brady.
Or Tom Brady. Sorry.
I mean, this is why, like, look at this man. Like, this is why football, this is why egg ball or whatever you guys call it.
Hendrik.
Study Ray Lewis, man.
All right.
Oh, that's real, Tucker. That's real. No, it's funny. It's funny that they think Tucker is just out. The market check viewing mind can't comprehend the guys getting married.
For real.
All right. So I have the difference between why
So
Europeans and
wait,
Americans think differently.
Oh no.
Fuck. It's gonna
Here we
be
go
gonna be
again.
interesting. Go ahead, Will.
All right. Just need to share the screen real quick.
All right, then we're gonna get into the show, guys. After this, then we're gonna get into the show. Okay.
So this is the European mind right here, and this is the American mind, and this is why they think differently. Okay. Just take that into concept.
It
One
sounds
shaped
like
an
it's
egg,
going the smooth brain section of the Discord, Will.
one shaped like a ball.
All right, we need to talk about crypto.
all right.
guys.
So now following up, all right, this took a little bit too long, but do what you said, Max. So second, thank you for the words that you are saying. Third, all right, well, I'll share it. It comes with a price. Can you
Ooh.
guess what the price is?
I'm gonna guess 222 likes.
Those are rookie numbers, Max.
I know I gotta start
You
low
can do
though.
better
I
than
gotta
that.
start low. I know, but I had to start low.
He's trying to be in the
He's a
middle.
good trader. He's
All
a
right,
good
how-
salesman. He's
how
a
about-
good salesman.
250.
But I'm not gonna accept such rookie numbers. You gotta scale those numbers up. Then we can start to bargain.
Okay,
He's not even
all right.
willing to give you a top number.
200,
No.
270. That's the best I can do. 270 likes. That's good. That's really good.
I'm just gonna leave now.
So Max, can we talk about
We
the
have 400 people watching, Max. Anything sub 300 is not
Okay,
not
so 300.
negotiable.
300 is your number then.
All right, let's go then.
Guys, we need 300 likes on the
350.
stream. Jackus has. I'm not even bluffing, guys. What?
No, I said we start to bargain at 300 likes.
Oh,
Max? I have some alpha that I'll give away for free. While we wait for the likes to get there.
First, we need to establish how many likes because, guys, here's the thing. Greedy
400
Jackus
people
wants all the
watching.
likes, okay? He wants all the likes. You need to give him what he wants today. He's holding you hostage, but I'm telling you, he posted something in the Discord, and I want him to expand on it. It's some of the best alpha that I've maybe ever seen in terms of like timing cycles. I don't know how many likes we need, but you need to just hammer the like button because I need to sit back and watch him explain this. That's the thing. Just please, I'm begging you, hammer the like button. I need Jackus to show this, but let me explain this in the meantime, guys. Here's what I really don't want. Here's what I don't want to see. Okay. We can't see this level get breached again. We need to see, a bounce out of like here. I want to see a higher low. Higher low. Higher low. That's terrible, but you get the point. I want to see higher lows. Because here's the thing. I think if you go back down below here for ETH, like you get back below like 3250, I mean, honestly, I feel like you kind of start prospecting like this, down in this region. you know, and that would
Yeah.
not be fun for anybody. So
No.
no, I'm just saying, like, I think this needs to be your low, and it needs to be your low like immediately. So yeah, I mean, I feel like my gut's telling me that we will. I think it looks fine because in confluence with Bitcoin, right? It doesn't look amazing, but we are we are at our range low. Like this is without any question. Like this is our range low
I like this chart.
right here. Thank you very much. So like in my opinion, as long as Bitcoin doesn't really give out below, I mean, just say like upper 60s, you know, 60.7 to 60.9. I mean, this should be fine. Like this is our range low right here. I would be open to something like this, you know, like low 60s and then like a quick reclaim and then up like this, you know, and you could maybe call this like, you know, demand, something like this, right? That would be
Some might
okay.
say demand.
What's that, Tommy?
Some might even say mega demand.
You think this? You
Yeah,
think this?
yeah.
This
No,
all
this
right,
is this is micro demand, but
no, mega
I just
demand.
had to make
Mega
the
demand. You guys, that's patent pending, by the way. Mega demand, so you can't use that without my permission. Every time you say mega demand, I get $3. So, but yeah,
What
something like
about
this.
boys to be pumping?
Boys were pumping.
Directly from your bank account.
But yeah, this is I mean, this is it, right? Like, here's the thing. I think alts look primed for higher, but they will not do what I think they can do if Bitcoin doesn't recover. Like you genuinely need Bitcoin to like carve out this bottom, flip this level, like then literally we're never below 63, you know? Like this is it. This is what you need right here. And if this happens, it's full blown alt season. Like it is without without any shadow of a doubt. It is alt season. If Bitcoin gets back above this level, 63, 64, everything is going to send with haste. But it's a big if, right? If Bitcoin can't do that, then Zoran was right, you know? Then it's over.
Tucker is cheap, man. He only wants 10 cents. Max wanted $3.
Yeah, just $3 is fine.
I'm free, so if I can get the chart, just you can go ahead and finish, and then when you're done, let me know.
I love this chart, Max. It's something that I identify with, and I like how clean this one is. By the way, we also got super chat from Ozil. I'm absolutely signing this.
I'm so stressed out about it. I just hate drama, and I
Yes.
just know people are going to be
Yes.
so dumb about it. They're going to be like, oh, he's talking about a new meme coin. Oh, he's bailing on his other positions. They're just going to freak out. I'm going to be like, what are you talking about? I'm just buying an altcoin. Like, leave me alone. I'm traumatized, man, after how they treated me when I called out Andy. I don't want to deal with it again. I'm going to do it because I think it's a good play, but I need to present it with charts and stuff like that. So it's just data, you know?
Big holder is salty.
Let me
the name fits.
let me know when you're done so I can drop the real alpha.
I mean, I was just showing the range and the level I think needs to flip. So
yeah, I think that for Bitcoin that's a good spot. That's a really good spot. 635. Really, I like the 65. I really do like. I forget who brought it up yesterday, but I like the 65 discussion too. But I think as long as you remain where we are above 60K, and you close here on the weekly, monthly, you're right in that range where you want to be. You want to be above 60K. If you close below that, it's probably a good time to de-risk, right? I wouldn't say really cut positions, but maybe rotate to less risky plays so you're not getting demolished too badly.
Yeah, I think we're like right on we're going to overuse the term inflection point, but I do think the amount of time that we spend down here at these lows is pretty important because to your point, Will, if we start closing weeklies and monthly candles above this level, to me, that's a sign that we dumped into the range low and that selling did not accelerate. But why I think these next few days are so important is we have a lot of momentum into the low. And if it doesn't hang out, if it does hang out in here for a few days, that to me is a sign that the momentum has slowed down. There's not as many forced liquidations left to occur, et cetera, et cetera. So I think from a time standpoint, this level is just as important as it is with price.
And I do think OI matters to a degree, right? Like, and we can see here that there was a lot of flush out, and I think there was a genuine attempt here by bears to liquidate people. I really think that was the intention with this move, right? I just don't think they had the momentum in their favor to do so, though. That's where I'm seeing the issue at the moment. Granted, it might be a little early to call for that, but I think over the coming weeks and or month, if we can't break below this range, you might as well just go ahead and cut that whole thought process of we're going lower.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of aggressive selling into this low. A lot of it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a ton of it down there. And the more aggressive they get, the less impact they have. And you can see it with the higher low we currently formed. If we hold that higher low, Tommy, and you flip 65, cut any 50 discussion.
I don't even know how you could be bearish if we do that, because then you are literally just replicating these tech charts in equity markets, where they're just ranging. They're not going to break the range. It's only an inevitability before they break out in that scenario.
I mean, it's even as simple as this, like our little normie diagonal right here. I mean, study this line. You break up right here, man. We're having bear for dinner. Boom.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I don't know. I mean,
What is
I
your
kind of think
favorite meal? Bears for dinner.
Yeah, it's very tender. It's delicious. I actually have no idea what bear tastes like. And I'm proud to say that I don't. But
come on, Max. Don't tell me you have never tasted a proper bear on CP.
no, I can't. I can't say I have. But yeah, I mean, this is like, send this shit. Send it. And I was talking about this earlier. Let me go to.
I think we have bear for dinner too much, though, Max.
So this is no, never enough. This is my favorite chart in crypto right now. Like this is Bitcoin divided by the M1 money supply. Let's throw up. Yeah, let's just throw up Bitcoin right here.
Deviation, bro.
Booty Bandit wants me to come
don't
for
do
him.
that. No, that is not deviation, bro. That's breakout, retest, new highs, bro.
I hope so.
Don't you do that,
but I had to.
No.
Booty Bandit is interested in Will's Outlook's attention. We'll give it to him after you finish cooking. We'll give him the attention he wants.
Wait. Booty Bandit is a
Right
chat.
here.
Just the name. Booty.
I mean, Bitcoin divided by M1 broke out of basically a 5-year range, and this range has called like every major top and bottom for Bitcoin going back to 2019. So I look at this and I'm like, guys, what are we talking about? Like this. Look at this. Look at this.
What is the ticker for that Bitcoin chart? It's just money supply, right?
It's Bitcoin
M1.
divided by M1SL.
That looks like the ticker Bitcoin chart I was trading
Oh my god.
last month, man. Oh man.
This is a breakout pending. Like,
Hey, Broke Fury has a question in the comments, Max.
Broke Fury. Where is it?
Snorlax, you see the comment?
with a when wife changing money. Oh, or the free Snickers one.
When life changing. He's asked him, when do you get to the net worth where you can start wife changing?
So listen up, guys. We have 450 people watching. We have lots of them on Twitter as well. If we get to 350 likes on YouTube, which I think is like nothing, let's share the NVIDIA Alpha that Max talked about at the beginning.
Or in a girl's case, when husband changing money, right? Either or. But man, I don't know.
Isn't it a big problem for lots of girls if they are earning more than their husband?
It can be. It can be. Yes, it can create a scenario where they can be very independent and they no longer need them. And then at that point, it changes everything. I think it all depends on the dynamic, though, right? Like, are they married for the right reasons or for the wrong reasons, right? And then at that point, then that dynamic can switch if the money comes into play. But I do like this chart, Max. I do like the low. I think as far as we go here, it's very much like we discussed. If you got back above 60K and you get these closes on these higher time frames, weekly, monthly, I think you should just anticipate a move or a shift back up. I would anticipate the mid-range to be some resistance. That's that 65K zone. And then if you could flip that, now you're going back to the highs again. And I think if you revisit the highs, good luck thinking that it's all over.
Sorry, Will, I'm laughing at this comment.
That would be an interesting situation. I don't know if I can give you advice on that. She might leave you both. That's what might happen.
I just thought it was so funny to
but the thing that I wanted to point out, though, I wanted to touch on some stocks.
AD
Max.
just came at your life, Jackus. AD just for the headshot, man.
Boom! Dead. I'm dead.
You're
not funny.
God, I'm waiting for him to come for me now. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna look at Pepe too. All right, we're gonna look at Pepe. So
I also want to talk about this chart because I feel like it's maybe topping against WIF a little bit on the pair. So I think that's worth discussing.
Pepe is?
Look,
yeah,
brother. All right, we need to have a discussion about this then.
We need to have a discussion about Mog if we're going to talk about Pepe.
You're right, we do.
We need to have a discussion about Mog.
But I need you to speak into the microphone just like that when we do it, Will.
Let's talk about Mog just a little bit. All
so
right.
this is your WIF Pepe pair, right? Obviously this channel played, in hindsight. So when we broke down from it, I'll zoom in a little bit. I mean, this was probably your get the hell out of WIF and swap into Pepe spot. I will say this, the pair is battered and bruised, but it is still very much so in a downtrend, right? So just for those that don't know what this is, when it's bleeding like this, that means Pepe's a better hold than WIF. When it's going up, it means WIF's a better hold than Pepe. I would just be a little cautious, right? Like I would be waiting for some sort of break of structure to the upside before, this is kind of a knife catch, low key. Like this is a strong trend. I would say, I mean, honestly, man, you probably want to get like back above a prominent high, like one of these right here. And you probably would want to wait for, I'd rather be late to this, and then look for if WIF is going to go something like this. So like market structure break to the upside, break of trend, here we go. And then, play this right here. So it would be,
if you were to invert that chart and compare it to Sol ETH, how close would it look?
Oh my gosh, Tommy. Okay. All right. So we're going to invert this right here. And you want to compare it to Sol ETH?
Yeah. I feel like Sol ETH just kind of printed the same pattern.
You're talking
More or
about this up top.
Yeah.
All right. Where would you think we'd be?
One of those second or third tops with Sol ETH. I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, not. I don't know necessarily what it implies for the USD pairs, but WIF has gotten absolutely incinerated while Pepe's gone. You know, it hasn't even gone sideways. It's gone up. So like the pairing has been obviously super profitable if you've been in Pepe over WIF. So maybe it makes sense for WIF to bounce here. Maybe it makes sense for Pepe to go down more than WIF, either or. But I think Sol kind of front ran this downside a little bit. So it does make sense that maybe we see a bit lower on Sol ETH from here, but that Sol assets begin to relatively outperform simply because they led the downside on USD prices for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Tommy, we need to talk about Mog.
Oh, we'll talk about Mog, brother.
So Tommy, I kind of look at it like this. Like I see what you're talking about actually, like if we were to flip this, right? But I think what's so interesting about the Sol ETH pair is that it came back and swept the all-time high and then rejected. I would low-key kind of expect the same thing over here, right? And we look at the similarities in market structure, right? Like it's not perfect ever, right? But like this is our kind of despair zone, right? And now let's look. This is clearly like our despair zone. And then, you know, we could probably even just do something like this, right? Then this is your like markdown before the despair zone. Same thing right over here for inverted WIF Pepe, or really this is just Pepe WIF, right? I would probably be more interested. I would be more interested on a sweep of this high, just like the Sol ETH pair over here. But that's just me personally, right? And it doesn't have to, right? I think I wouldn't be interested personally until I saw like a break of trend. Like even if we zoomed in right here, I would probably, in the simplest of terms, I would want to see like this trend line break. You know, just to be safe, right? I would want to see it break down here because this is actually how the chart looks. Like WIF is just bleeding incessantly against Pepe until
like
you
bets in 2022.
Yeah,
just bleeding incessantly.
I'm not eager until you get above here and break this trend line. Like I would want to boom interested and ideally even above there, you know, because it's just bleeding. Like why even try to nag, you know, like snag the low? I'm good because it could literally, what if it goes down to take out this low just like the Sol ETH pair did? I mean, this is why I made an adjustment to my WIF holdings recently. I told you guys in the Discord about I swapped some WIF into Pepe because of this. I was like, if it bleeds another 60% against Pepe, it's like, why even? I can always just swap back in, buy some WIF, you know, up in here. And it's not that big of a deal. So those are just my thoughts on it. But
Max, I do have some like really big alpha. I'm just saying.
He wants to talk about Mog.
No, not Mog. It's not shitcoin related. It's actually stocks. But
you want the chart, Will?
I mean, if you're done.
All right. Yeah.
don't
No.
wanna
I mean,
cut
I
you
was
off.
talking. I was doing it, but you got it. So you go for it.
If you're done. No. You go ahead. If you want to continue, go
No.
ahead.
No. I mean, I got 97% of it out. So you got it.
Well, you can get the other 3 if you want.
No, I'll save the 3 for later. It's just 3.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you guys a question. You know, what do you see here? What do you see right here?
Are you expecting it to go to the same range as BTC between 25 to 31 and then reply?
What do you see right here? Kind of forming.
Small caps finally outperforming.
Hopefully.
So let me show you guys the alpha and why I bid. Let me show you why I bid. It had nothing to do with Volkswagen. like everybody keeps talking about now. It had to do with chart patterns. You recaptured the range. So I took call positions because we recaptured the range. We came back, we retested the range. And then what happened? 18, I think this was, I don't know why it came down. It was last night, it was at $18. They literally leaped. Look at this gap. Look at this gap. But who could have foreseen, right? Who could have foreseen? Did I know 80? Because somebody asked me today, they're like, did you know about Volkswagen? No. Didn't know shit about Volkswagen. I just looked at the chart. That was it. And I was like, this is a good setup. This is a good place where we basically deviated the low, came back into the range, bid up, pulled back, bid up again, and continued to show strength where we should have been showing strength. And what happened? Boom, recaptured. Now everybody's going to think this thing's going to sell off. They thought the same thing here with Bitcoin. Look at the candle. It's exactly the freaking same. It's exactly the same. Everybody's going to anticipate a sell-off here. And it's going to do this. Right? It's gonna distribute. And I anticipate it hitting 17. Why 17? Will, why the hell 17? Boom. Right in this range. You want to hit that. You want to hit that high interest range, that point of interest range. I might actually consider cutting right around here and then allowing the drawback and then re-entering the call position again with the entirety of what I made.
That actually
Right back
does
here.
look a lot like the Bitcoin low there.
Very much so.
Especially if small caps end up ripping and like IWM actually makes a push towards the all-time high at some point this year, which maybe we'll see. I mean, that does look really interesting, right? I mean, I think maybe it depends on whether small caps as a whole kind of catch a rotation, which they haven't yet. But that does, I mean, I see the similarities there for sure. No question.
I think that looking at this from the perspective of the setup here, and again, once you recross that range, it hits different, right? And you pretty much recaptured. Now, if you would have rejected at 1374, that would have been your mid range, right? What would I have expected then? I would have expected this. That's what I would have expected. But because they blew through that resistance, that mid range resistance, they're up here now. I'm anticipating this thing to poke, and then rip, hit your high, distribute, just like it did over here on Bitcoin, and then rip again. That's what I'm anticipating here.
Is this the EV super cycle, Will?
It's the EV super cycle.
Well, we'll take a look at Tesla. How does Tesla look? And then how does the Rivian Tesla pair look?
I
got a comparison
Super
with Tesla.
cycle.
Tommy, you
I
do?
gotta-
Let's see it. Pull it up. I want to see
Yeah,
if we're
pull
going
it
to
up,
talk
Tommy.
about Rivian, we need to talk about Tesla. It's like if we're going to talk about altcoins, we need to talk about Bitcoin. Same thing. If we're going to talk about Rivian.
Tesla,
This line's looking good.
Tesla, baby.
Wait,
Yeah.
Jackus, you said it's not looking good?
He said it's looking good.
No, it's looking good.
Oh.
Look
Okay.
at it. Look at it. That's a pennant.
I'm gonna need you
After
to
a
zoom
flagpole.
in more, Will.
After a flagpole, we going up. And I think it might have hit its low. I think it's done.
Who could have
If you
done
zoom in, Will, if you zoom in and you look at the range on Tesla since basically late 2021, like a carbon copy of kind of the downtrend ETH was in before it got the ETF news. So I'm wondering, is Tesla going to have some sort of like scam AI announcement or something like that? Before it started? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's what's going to happen.
Yep. And we're giving you guys the alpha live here on the show. I'm just excited, guys.
I'm stealing the chart. I'm going to show
I
you
think
this.
this thing looks great.
So, Will, look at this. Rivian, Tesla. So this is the Rivian Tesla pair. And then we're going to go
It looks
Tesla,
bottomed.
Tesla up top. Oh wow, look at that trend line. I don't even know when the last
Yeah.
time I charted Tesla was. Look at that thing. Oh my. Okay, interesting.
Every Tesla announcement is a scam. Oh, that's funny. Bid it.
So this is interesting. Okay, so this is, oh my. Okay, so here's Rivian down below. I'll label this as well.
Look at the people in the comments saying their dad sold all their Tesla or their Rivian yesterday.
I mean, this is
I have this feeling, Max. I want to put this out there. I have this NVIDIA feeling run for Rivian. I really do. With the Amazon, the Volkswagen.
well,
all
that's a
the stuff
bold
they got
claim,
going.
bro. An
It is.
NVIDIA
I know.
run.
Look, I get it. All right, but look, there are a lot of people putting their money where their mouth is with Rivian. A lot, and companies too. Volkswagen, $5 billion in investments, and they're talking about buying the stock all the way up till 2026. Like, that's not something to fade, man. It almost reminds me when people faded the fucking government coming out and saying, hey, we're going to start doing the CHIPS Act, which is basically them supporting NVIDIA so they can run it up. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. I mean, here's how I'm looking at. Let's put this on the weekly. That's fine. Okay, so here's what we're looking at, guys. This is what Will was talking about. So this is Rivian Tesla. This is based. Think of this as like ETH BTC, right? Rivian's small cap, Tesla is like Bitcoin. You know, it's our king of EVs. All right. So we take our small cap divided by, you know, our mega cap, our large cap, our king, to determine whether it's worth the risk of holding our small cap. Because if your small cap doesn't outperform your mega cap, why even hold it? Tesla is a safer hold than Rivian, right? So we're looking at it as a pair, right? And what's really interesting about this is it's actually, you know, it is in fact pair trading. We've got a nice trend line here. This is just Rivian USD, right? Kind of similar trend line as well right here. Fourth tap, we know how the fourth taps go. And Tesla is just in the most giant bull flag potentially of all time. So
Yeah.
what's really interesting about this, right, is if we get a unicorn here and Tesla breaks up like this, and Rivian, and basically the Rivian Tesla pair breaks up like this, that means that if Tesla goes, you know, I mean, let's just even say like, so Tesla goes from here, Tesla goes up, let's just say 100%, just to make it easy. Okay. And the Rivian Tesla pair goes up even to here, which would be 100%. That means that Rivian would go up 200%. Okay. So that would be Rivian going up to here. So if Tesla goes up 100% and the Rivian Tesla pair goes up 100%, Rivian USD goes up 200%. And then, of course, you could expand this out, right? Where it's like Tesla goes up 100% and Rivian Tesla goes up, you know, 300%, right? You know, then you're talking about, what would that be? That would be a 600% move. The 2x times, yes, that would take Rivian USD like obviously up here or something like that. Okay, just kind of rounding it out. So this is, I mean, it's the same concept as ETH BTC, right? Like you're comparing your small cap against, you know, your major to determine whether it's worth the risk of holding something. And I mean, Tesla looks really good, and then the Rivian Tesla pair looks good too. It's just doesn't follow through, you know. We'll see.
Hey, we're on the fourth tap.
Dude, what is Sal yapping about, bro? Sal, what are you yapping
Big Sal.
about?
He wants to discuss the 2017-18 fractal.
Said
Look,
Evan,
Sal,
talked
we did that
about it
yesterday,
many
bro. We put your
times.
chart up yesterday. It's the same thing you posted yesterday. We literally put it on the screen yesterday, Sal. We're over here cooking, and you want us to show the exact same fractal of yours that we actually put up yesterday. Sal, that's what we call yapping. Okay.
I do it from time to time. I would know. But yeah, so I guess with the Tesla pair, Tesla, man, I'm telling you, Max, Tesla looks really freaking good, man. Like it looks really good here. Like throw it on the monthly and look at that low there. You got a hammer. and that's what you bounced off of. And now you're just sitting there, just chilling on the high time frame, literally ready to rip off this.
Yeah.
Compare it to that ETH downtrend we just had the ETF candle out of too. Like even the low looks pretty similar to the one that we set on ETH. So I think this one's got a ripper loading up in the chamber. It just might be maybe a few months away still. A few weeks, probably more like it. But if you're an investor, it's a good spot for Tesla. I have to imagine.
That's why I had if you could cut the chart back just for 1 sec when you're done. I have the double bounce here, which is kind of what I was thinking was going to happen, is this rollover here in this mid range, because there's a lot of resistance here. So I was thinking what they were going to try and do is they were going to try and run it up, hit, roll back, right, retap, higher low structure, and then rip off of that, and that creates the W formation, right in this range. And that W ends up sending Tesla all the way through most of the resistances. It'll probably resist a little bit right in this range, the 300 range. And then at a certain point, it'll just start chatting up to the 400 and higher and higher. This will take much more time, but I think there's a clean move looking. Now, here's the thing. It could do it here too. Like we could, that's the thing. I would say like if you take some out of the money calls for like the next 6 months, you could easily play this out. If you're looking for shorter dated, you have to be a little more precise with this. Yep. But out of the money calls for 6 months, you could easily play this out for upside, cut them at 300. And because you're more than likely going to hit, right, break through all this, hit, chop, maybe pull back a little bit, and then rip again. So this would be your high time frame resistance right up here. I always look where resistance previously was to try and see where they're going to try and hit to when they try and get to that higher time frame resistance play, because I don't think there'll be some hesitation here, but not much, right? The higher resistance will be much higher than where a lot of people are anticipating for price. But yeah, this would be the way I'd play this out, or maybe 286 seems like the safer position probably to cut here. But this is a big move. This is a big move on a call position. You could play this out, and like I said, 6 months, 50% move easily on a call. These are probably almost pennies on the dollar from a call position perspective. So I wanted to bring that up, and I really think that Rivian here, I'm telling you, Max, like this looks like fucking Bitcoin, 100% at the low here. Like it had the deviation and everything.
I think you do need the tailwind of small caps as a whole.
Well, here's the thing. Like I know we say that small caps themselves, but hold on, let me do this real quick. Hold on 1 sec. Let me present this. I'm just gonna share screen real fast because I think that this is an important context. But if you could pull up my screen there, you got Volkswagen, who's going to continue to support buying into Rivian. Now, here's the play that I think is going to happen. I think that you've got Amazon looking at Rivian. You've got Volkswagen looking at Rivian now, right? And you'll probably see Ford and others. You've got lots of different big players looking at Rivian, and they're also doing some things with some other companies also. But you got all these big players. Here's what I think that Volkswagen's going for here. What do I have pulled up here? Anybody know what these companies are?
Brands owned by Volkswagen.
What do you think? What do you think? I think that they're looking at for Rivian.
Will, just tell us, bro.
I mean,
Tell us.
All right, my bad.
Will's little quizzes.
So I think that they may be looking to acquire Rivian.
At what price
And
per share?
That's the trick. That's the trick, right? At what price per share?
400 per share, Will.
So the point being is, if they're looking to acquire, people are going to sniff this out and they're going to start bidding.
Why
Rivian.
would they even invest $1 billion in them if they're
$5
just going to
billion.
acquire them? Why wouldn't they just let them bleed out and then pick them up at auction for like pennies on the dollar? You know,
But no. Here's the thing: Volkswagen has done this before. This isn't the first time they've done this. I mean, we have to think about that and consider that. Who does Volkswagen own? They own Audi, they own Porsche, they own Bentley, they own Lamborghini, and if they own so much of the company, again, they may not even acquire them, right? Maybe I'm wrong on that portion, but if they acquire enough of them stock wise, they can sway the direction of the company and utilize it towards their benefit. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
It's going to be one or the other. They're either looking to control the company through shareholding, or they're looking to acquire the company. One of the two. I'm sniffing this out way ahead of the market. This is why I've been on Rivian like since day one, especially since the Amazon deal. So I just think it's something important to keep in the back of your mind.
For sure. All right, Jackus, listen, bro. We got a lot of likes on the stream today. All right, we're at 337. Okay, that's a lot of
13 likes shy. 13 likes shy. We said 350. The deal is a deal.
Okay, guys. Let me hammer it then. Guys, we need 11 likes.
Do it.
We need 11 likes, and then Jackus is going to present you with alpha that I certified, stamped, guaranteed. You can't miss this alpha, guys. Okay. I stake my reputation on you enjoying this next part, but we need 350 likes. You are going to thoroughly enjoy this. Jackus, he deserves 350 likes. Okay. So we are almost there, guys. We are almost there. 356. Chef, I'm hungry.
All right.
Cook. It's time to feast. Let's go.
They rate the resistance of 350.
I knew it. I could feel it coming. It'd been too long.
All right. So here is the alpha.
I don't see it.
He's gonna say buy Bitcoin and he's gonna leave.
He's gonna
Wait.
Come on. We're hungry.
Shit. Wait. It didn't load up. Wait. What's going on? You got debated. You just got debated. Right?
Hey Max, they said 500 for Max Alpha. Is that true?
No.
450.
I know what they want. They're gonna have to wait.
All right, guys. So here we go. Hopefully, you guys can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Is there like a quick way to get rid of the earnings?
Right click on it.
Oh. Yeah, but if I hide them, is there like a quick way to get them back in?
I'm sure there is, yeah.
I'll just leave the split so that I can right click it. All right, so this is something that I was sharing earlier in the Discord, and Max actually took a big liking in it, right? And it's something that we kind of been, discussing in some parts earlier too. So I think that there's a big correlation between NVIDIA price and crypto and Bitcoin, and I think it's also partially due to the fact that you have the miners using NVIDIA, so there is that potentially, like there is a fundamental connection too. But if we, as you know, I mainly look at the price. So if we're gonna look at the price, right? So here is the chart of NVIDIA. Everyone's familiar with that. Let's put BTC price at the new plane, right? So I already had it, seems. And what conclusion we can start drawing from it, right? So we saw how NVIDIA started to run and then smash through all-time highs with this gap and then reaccumulate it, right? So first of all, I think we are at this portion where we were like, moving higher, and then we had like this break. We do not get such gaps because crypto is a 24/7, but this could potentially be, this gap could potentially also be this gap, right? Because again, crypto is 24/7, but this was a very inefficient move. There is a good chance that we never come back and close this. There is a good chance now that we might, but we'll see, what happens in the end. But there is a good chance that this reaccumulation box is similar to this one. And then what happens is that you often see NVIDIA front-running crypto before crypto catches up. And when I say crypto, I mean Bitcoin, but we know that crypto then follows up Bitcoin. So what's happening here, right, is that, again, both were bottoming at the same time. Here is the bottom on NVIDIA, and here is the bottom on BTC. And once again, as I said many times, if there was not FTX, Bitcoin would have bottomed here. I think even ETH didn't make a new bottom during that time, so we can say that they bottomed around the same time. You can kind of see that. And then what happens is that we see that NVIDIA is front running, and it is heavily pumping to new all-time highs. So what happens with BTC, right? BTC also is moving up, but from here, basically, right, it hasn't moved up much. Like compared to where NVIDIA was trading at that point, right? NVIDIA was right here trading at new all-time highs. Bitcoin was barely, what was it? Let's see. It was like, it hasn't even got to, 0.38% retracement. So it was heavily lagging. But look what happens after, right? NVIDIA starts to go sideways. We can say it tops, but not like tops to go in a bear market, right? It stops and goes sideways. It slows down. It needs to catch a new breath before another run up. And you guys can kind of see that during this time, when NVIDIA tops, look at that, NVIDIA tops right here, what happens? BTC bottoms and starts to go parabolic, like heavy upside, right? What happens then is that Bitcoin makes a top, and then we see that NVIDIA is now front running again. So what I think is going to happen here from here is that NVIDIA is running. We do not know for how long. Maybe it like makes one more high here, just like here, right? Just like when we were here, it kind of make this little high, and this high. And then Bitcoin started to go, right? Maybe what's going to happen here is that maybe like we get one more high, and then NVIDIA starts doing this before it goes higher again, maybe. During that time, we could potentially have BTC following up on this upside, right? So we can legit take, when is it? I have it here. We can legit take this one and place it over. Oh, I cannot do that on the other one. But imagine that, BTC is simply going to do something like this, right? This is what is currently awaiting, in my opinion, for BTC, where it will be catching up on NVIDIA. Now, that's this cycle, of course, right? But let's look at the past one too. We see, look, this is the cycle before, and you guys can also kind of see, right, that let me show it this way, right? Here's previous cycles, all-time highs. What does NVIDIA do? It's going up, and then there is the sell-off, right? There's the bear market for NVIDIA. Look where both of these bottom. On the nearly exactly same day, right? Like we see that there is a few days divergence, but basically that's like the same. And then what happens? We kind of see this little mid pump in it. Well, NVIDIA wasn't, but then look, we had a little pump, but more or so it was like a this little move, right? If you think about it on average, with this overshoot here and oversold here. In that time period, NVIDIA, and this is COVID, right? But NVIDIA is sending up high a lot. Like it's sending to new highs. Look what happens once again. right? Exactly the moment we reach the local top and Nvidia starts to go sideways, that's when Bitcoin starts to go parabolic from here, right? So we saw the same situation right here, right? When we had a local top on Nvidia right here. And that's when BTC started to go. So my estimate is that we will see something of similar where Nvidia is going to be topping at some point, probably here. And when I say top, again, that could be like this one. We'll see. But at some point, it will kind of like slow down and go into the next, reaccumulation phase. And at that point, in my opinion, BTC is going to catch up. It's going to do something like, something like this, possibly. And then I'm gonna go like this. So, but what I do not know, right? Like we cannot tell that right now, is whether we like get that dip into 43K. That is currently on the table locally, but at the end, this is my expectation. So this is the like higher time frame directional bias. So yeah, that's kind of, what do you think, Max and everyone?
That's fucking incredible. I hope you guys appreciate what he just showed you. I seriously, I hope that you guys were paying attention, because I mean, this is unbelievable. The timing of it, he went back to last cycle as well, and he showed you exactly how it played out last cycle. And it's doing the same thing right now. Jackus, would it be worth looking at the Bitcoin Nvidia pair and seeing how that translates over? Because this is basically that, just without looking at it as a pair. I mean, I would assume the Bitcoin Nvidia pair is about to break up, right?
All right, I think.
Or this is Nvidia Bitcoin, but
yeah.
I mean,
This is Nvidia versus this is Bitcoin versus Nvidia, and in my opinion, we are still in this higher time frame range. We got locally super oversold, and I still think that at some point a move to the highs awaits us. So that's still, in my opinion, 500% from local prices for BTC.
so the hope here is that Nvidia just goes sideways, and then this pair goes to the range high, and
yeah,
everybody's happy.
maybe it's scope, and maybe it is truly over. But I feel like every time there was parabolic move for BTC, then cool off sideways, right? Parabolic move, sell off, cool off, boom, sell off, cool off, boom, sell off, cool off, boom. So it is heavily prolonged. Like we see that this cycle is one of the longest punishments or depression, frustration that we get, right? Like if you look at the top, right? Let's look at the top. 1,100.
I think this pair is bought. I'm with you, Jack.
So if you look at it, right, and you look at the 2014 to 17, you see that at that point, like time-wise, right, this is exactly where we are now. What is also interesting is, and let me put it like this. No, I want it to be like this. Maybe. Yeah, this could do potentially.
Bro, you guys reading the comment section? It's just wild.
They better be expressing appreciation for this alpha. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like, just read. It's funny though. There's a lot of funny shit being said.
Yeah, look at this. Here we go. AD, study AD. Thanks, Jackus. I appreciate the alpha legend. Exactly.
You're
I
welcome.
don't
You're
want to point
welcome.
it out, but bro, there's some comments in there. Ooh, it's hilarious. Spaceman had a pretty good comment.
I want Jackus to finish
Space
cooking
Man.
here. We don't need to get into all that right now. This is too valuable to get distracted.
I mean,
Who could have foreseen, right? Who could have foreseen?
Look at the timing. We're almost to the end.
Never the same, but very similar each time, right? Never the same. This is 2017 for those that do not know this fractal from.
yeah, but that's what
But
we
it-
discussed though before, right, Jackus? Was the
Yeah.
2017
I mean,
being
this
the
is-
potential here?
Yeah, totally. No, it's just that this fractal was made probably on the show in October 2023. But wait, what I wanted to do is put this side by side, and let's delete all this now. And if you look at this one, right? So back here, and maybe we can like put NVIDIA there as well, if I can squeeze it all in. Let's do
I
it
have to
like
put
this.
NVIDIA in log mode so you can see it. It's gonna be too squished.
I totally will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can kind of see it, right? But this is what was going on. This is 2017 cycle. BTC went into parabola, then Mt. Gox happened, biggest bear market so far that BTC had. And look at this, 1,188 days. The pair is devastated, right? Bitcoin versus NVIDIA is down. And at that point, people would say, oh, we are trading the wrong market, right? We are trading the wrong market. Look at this, right? NVIDIA goes and hits new all-time highs. What happens after? NVIDIA goes in a bull run in that time frame. What does BTC do, right? It keeps going higher. It does. But what happens after, right? This pair is not doing anything. It's dead. 1,188 days. What happens for BTC? BTC goes in a fucking parabolic move. I cannot even do that here. What happens here? BTC goes in a final parabola. It's been going up this whole time, but from prior cycle all-time highs, it goes 1,500%. What's happening this time, right? So we have the all-time highs, right? Like here. BTC approaches it, right? It's going up this whole time. That's true. Let me make different colors maybe. So
I feel like we
use-
gave him too much alpha. I think we need to cut the stream here.
I think so too.
We gave a lot today. Like we gave the Rivian, we gave the Bitcoin.
It's over.
We just cut the stream.
Will, what did you just do, bro? Will,
Bro.
you just destroyed that, bro. He was
Will runs the
just
stream.
cooking. He was just cooking, and you just Will, you just cheated it, bro.
Look. We gave a lot of alpha today. What's the likes look like? That's what I'm wondering. What's our like to viewer ratio? Because I feel like
Good man. We got
overgave
400.
today.
We got 410 likes, dude. That's
Can we get it to
huge.
500? I feel like we
That's
can continue this if we get to 500.
Huge, dude. 410 deserves the rest of the alpha. That's huge, guys. 410 live. That sets us up for 800 on the replays because they usually double on the replays. That's huge, guys.
So,
Huge.
Jackus, do you continue at 500?
Yeah. Let guys, I want to continue straight away, but I hope you will do the job and do what you need to, right?
He's back. Will,
You're
on mute. Not another word from you, Will. You're done. You almost just ruined the cook session.
So what is happening here, right, is that NVIDIA in this prior cycle was going up above prior cycle all-time highs, right, this whole time. maybe I should do it more like this. But we see, right? And sorry, it's so squeezed. I'm not sure I can do it more visually pleasing. I would need like a larger monitor to the upside probably, but yeah. So what was going on is that BTC was going up this whole time while Nvidia was going parabolic. So Bitcoin wasn't going parabolic; it was slowly going up. What do we have this cycle? It is still slowly going up. It's still in the mean price, right? It's very oversold right now, and that's funny because we are at prior cycle all-time highs. But relatively speaking, we are very oversold. If you look at this pair, we are very oversold. So what's happening this cycle? We are 1,188 days into the depression. And now this doesn't mean that it's a straight up from here, because this can go on. And I do not wish this, but we have to, be ready for it. It can go on for, another days, weeks, maybe months. But essentially, this pair should be catching up, like always, right? And then we will see this for BTC. And I think, again, that I gave my minimum target for this cycle being 150,000 is my minimum target for this cycle. I think it goes higher than that, but we will be approaching things level to level as always. But I think this is a nice one that is going to unfold in the chart, where you will see this range play out on BTC and Nvidia. And we will see that will have to mean that BTC starts to go truly parabolic. Nothing we have seen so far. I'm speaking true parabolic. And at that point, you will be at the last stages of Nvidia, where you'll be at this stage, right? And at that point, you will see Bitcoin go higher. And when we reach here and here and here, that's probably when the recession comes. Probably, right? That's when things start to get bad and we get this sell-off and this sell-off. We will see how exactly it goes with the timing, right? We cannot exactly tell, but this is like the directional bias with the highest conviction, in my opinion. So, and just to quickly look at the prior cycle, right? That was basically the same. We discussed that how Nvidia was also going higher, and then essentially BTC caught up and sent higher too, in a parabolic phase, right? Like the parabolic phase started in September, October 2020. Obviously, it was mainly due to the money printing. So, but at that point also, right? Like look what the pair has done, BTC versus Nvidia, pumped high too. So you can do it like this, maybe. So we separate the all-time highs. But yeah, guys, this is it. We are at that point, and I think, thinking of it, right? Like we are at prior cycle all-time highs, and you see so much frustration, so much depression, so much boredom. You see folks that have been here since 2017, since here 7 years. You see them quit because they have not made money, because they got balked. You see, you saw fear being so huge just 2 days ago. This is not how a cycle top looks like. That's just facts. I do not care what people say about this. This is just facts. You do not have cycle top when there is so much fear. You do not get cycle top when there is so many people saying, this is the top. Everyone, this cycle is so obsessed trying to call the top. I think I have not seen a cycle top like this. Each cycle top comes when this becomes new revolutionary tech, and you have you have someone so huge adopting it, right? Like maybe the cycle top for BTC is when you have like, I don't know, like US adopting it as national reserve currency, or I do not know. I'm just joking here, but like
Cycle-
something big.
Jackus, the cycle top has already been communicated to us. 4.
Yeah. Or
4.
indeed. Or
100K.
People tend to fade the easiest things, to be honest with you. Like a lot of people want to call a top. The reality is that last top, everybody was telling you there was no bottom. We're never going back down. And they did that in 17. They did every single cycle. When everybody's complacent with price, then you can start calling for a cycle top. Nobody's complacent with price right now. 90% of people are not complacent. They're so wishy-washy. You have to have full on complacency, right? You can't have people wishy-washy. You can't have people short-sighted. Everybody's got to be saying up. And when everybody's saying up, then you can discuss cycle tops. But not everybody's doing that. Like, I don't care what nobody says. I've looked across the timeline. Everybody's still calling for local tops, small time frame tops, long time frame tops. Like, you, when you're at a top, you won't hear any of that. There won't be even a short-sighted top. It'll just be like, we're only going up. That's it.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I forget what I was going to say.
You'll see stadiums being bought by FTX 2.0 and lots of other things. Go ahead.
Also, during the prior top, right? Even if you were to get a bearish post calling the top, at that point the engagement on those posts is going to be very low.
Yep.
Like you will see bearish posts, but nobody is going to pay attention to them. It's just like during the last Bitcoin bottom. I mean, there are always moon boys, right? But when you posted something bullish, nobody cared. Like, bullish posts were not getting the engagement. You had Twitter accounts like Vera News Network popping up and all of that. And you guys remember Capo, right? And his posts at the very bottom. This is the type of stuff, just reversed, you will see at the top. So I do not think, like right now, we have people that are heavily bullish, but we also have people that are heavily bearish. And it's like, you could, whether it's 40 to 60, 60 to 40, or just 50 to 50 ratio, doesn't matter. It's divided right now. So, but I think these are the brutal facts that I was showing in today.
Isn't it funny how the market tends to weed these people out? Like, they tend to continue to be, very much flip-floppy throughout the entire time that we've been moving up. And I imagine that at the top, they're going to be the most bullish people you've ever seen. The capos and everybody else, and everybody's going to be cheering them on. They're going to get a ton of followers at the top. And we're going to lack that follower count because we're going to be telling people, hey, this is it. This is where you cut.
Dude, people are going to go from loving us to hating us so quickly when we get bearish. They're going to they're going to just fucking hate us.
They don't know the lore.
They'll be like, I'm front running you guys. No, sorry, I'm counter trading you guys. You guys are bearish. I'm gonna be bullish.
They're gonna go, why did BB become such a fade? Oh my god, they used to be cool.
Look at these losers.
They're bearish. What? We're going to $1 million per coin. They're selling at 250K. Wow, I never thought I'd live to see the day.
And people right now, they'll laugh and think, nah, everybody's going to follow BB. No, watch how fast people turn on you. It happened to me in 2021. People turned on me on the flip of a dime when I said, hey, top's in. Like, this shit's, start cutting your shit, start cutting positions.
This is just not you guys already said it, but like the sentiment out there is not a top at all. Like, people truly don't, they're not bearish, man. Like, nobody's bearish at the top. Like, very, very, very few people. And it's usually just like the lower time frame guys will just like happen to short the top because like they were actively trading and prospected it, But yeah, I mean, dude, I remember the euphoria last cycle, man. It was this is not even close. And everyone's pointing to the celebrities coming in this time, and they're like, oh yeah, like we got celebrities coming in. I'm like, no, we have like
D-list
grifters that
celebrities.
are like bankrupt, that are like kind of famous but not really coming in.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
feels very coordinated. Like there's definitely some like crypto native guy who's a complete freak and a scammer, just like reaching out to these celebrities, and they're like, hey, you could make like 300 grand quickly, and they're like, that's great because I'm broke. And then they just drop
Yeah.
a coin, but they're not like real celebrities, man. Like they're just
Not cheap to live in LA, Max.
no, it's not. I don't know, man. We should call it here though. We've been going for about hour
wait.
25. Yeah.
I have one last alpha here.
Oh my
Wow. You
guys,
guys are
you're in for it.
getting stuff today. Oh,
Okay,
no.
okay. All right. Call the show. Wrap it up. Go ahead, Tommy.
Oh,
I-
man. Great show.
Real quick before we go, I do have one chart. I won't take more than 2 minutes, Max. I
Remember
promise.
Mog?
You have 2 minutes.
It's not Mog.
You're up, Will.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All I want to say, Fractal from 25K all the way up. Fractal from 25K all the way up. That's all. Mic drop. I'm done.
That
We'll
wasn't
call
even
it that.
close to 2 minutes. That was pretty quick.
It's on you
We
now,
ready
Tom.
to- we good for now? Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure if anybody had any closing remarks, we can get to it. But shout out to the audience today, guys. Shout out to you guys. I mean, we hit over 400 likes today. That is no small amount. And the channel also crossed 19,000 subscribers. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but that channel growth is not possible without you guys tuning in as well. We show up every day to run Market Check, and we have a blast doing it. But we love that so many of you guys love to make it hopefully a regular part of your morning or afternoon. Because like I said, this channel growth could not be possible without you guys. It's kind of crazy to think about where we were a year ago, but also super exciting. But let's we can get into the housekeeping measures as always to wrap up the show, guys. Reminder that we have launched our new hedge fund, BB Wealth Management, that is run by the BB team, and a reminder that it can trade in both directions, both long and short, and it is run in a way that takes into account crypto's historic
Tommy,
propensity
Tommy.
for asymmetric. Oh wait, what were you saying, Jackus?
Yeah, just a heads up, guys. I am a trader at that fund now as well. So if you guys wanted to be, if you guys want to have the money managed by me, you can just message, on that Twitter account and say that you wanna have it traded by me or so. And Max is going to sort you out. So every info is out there on Twitter.
If you guys want Jackus to manage your money, make sure to dial 1-800-JACKUS, and it'll be routed to our company account. No, but seriously, guys, I mean, we're super excited that we can trade this fund, of course, but also like Jackus was saying, that we can offer you guys the opportunity as well to become accredited investors and LPs. So if that is something that interests you, we do have more information linked in the description of this video. We'll reach out to you on email, hopefully answer any and all of your questions. But yeah, you guys were going at it in the comments today. Y'all were cracking me up. But not to forget, BB Academy is going for a tremendous value proposition right now, especially given our expectations that asset prices are going to be rising pretty exponentially here over the next few years. Currently retailing for about $4.99 a pop. I always say that the biggest value proposition with the BB Academy is that, there are so many different traders who have been killing these markets for the last, year and a half at this point. We all bring very different styles and very different niches and approaches to the market that if you are looking for that educational base or even to improve on your current trading, it's a very useful course. So check that out if that is something that interests you. We have more information linked in the description of this video. And of course, with our programming, I'm sure a lot of you guys are regulars, so you know when Market Check goes live, but we are always live Monday through Friday whenever the New York Stock Exchange is open. Our typical start time around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, we will literally yap about absolutely anything, but we do provide a lot of alpha, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have learned already. So not to forget Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. That is a Twitter space where it takes on very much a flavor of the speakers that are on the panel, right? So they can talk meme coins, crypto, and even equities, macro, like, NVIDIA. Sometimes they'll talk about interest rates. I'm sure Wabi loves to do that, but it's also a great show and a great way to spend your afternoon if you enjoyed Market Check in the morning. And the timing may vary on that a little bit. So just make sure to stay subscribed to our Twitter so you can be notified, not just when we schedule those spaces, but also when we go live. Spaceman, I can finally breathe. I got rid of all the all of the housekeeping measures. Now we can officially wrap up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys brought it today. Hopefully we brought it for you as well. But we'll see you for another episode tomorrow morning. Thank you so much again. And as always, guys, stay safe.